We're back with familiar segments like Tour Time and The Finishing Touch, features you love, things you know, and also the new At Home in the Hills of Kingswood. Let's say it's just a show within our show. Designing Texas starts right now. Hello everybody, long time no see. I'm Jocelyn White and welcome to Designing Texas. We've got some great news, great shows, a year of them ahead in fact, and to just give you a taste of what's in store, today's show. And coming up, do you want to buy a house and you need a mortgage? David Bradley is the guru go-to guy for everything about mortgages. And we all know that beautiful bedding and draperies can add the finishing touch to a home. Meet Kathy Fielder. And we're very excited about At Home in the Hills of Kingswood in Frisco. For the next 14 months, you'll watch 3 of Dallas's premier builders take these homes from the dirt all the way to completion. Along the shores of Eagle Mountain Lake, just to the northwest, if you will, of Fort Worth, are some of the most beautiful homes in the entire state of Texas. Some you can barely see from the water, others you can't see at all from the road, but there's one we've had our eye on, and today we can take you to and through Mariposa. It's tour time. Part of the Texas yacht racing circuit, Eagle Mountain Lake is one of the most beautiful in the state. 8,600 acres with 60 miles of shoreline. Now, the owners of Mariposa have been very private about their property until now. You see, Mariposa is for sale.
People come to the front door, it's an open house, and immediately I see that people's eyes are just stargaze. They're just like, this is incredible. When you're driving out here, you don't know what to expect. You go through the gates and it's just, you're just awestruck. It's an unparalleled home.
So this is a 2-acre lot that still, even though it's big, feels cozy.
It's magical, to say the least. The owner will tell you stories about Easter egg hunts and family gatherings, and it's just, it makes, like you said, it's cozy. The landscaping makes the property, it encloses it, it feels beautiful.
Beautiful and state-of-the-art, this is a home filled with spectacular furnishings and the latest in luxury living.
Sub-zero refrigerators, and then outside you have the smoker, the grill, the Renata pizza oven. Again, talking about the parties they have that I've heard about, it's just, it flows naturally. The entertainment aspect is there for sure.
Another part and parcel of this sale includes touches that are timeless, like the centuries-old French jail door that opens to the wine cellar, the knotty pine floors, oh, and the views. What views!
You know, you walk them through the home and they're getting glimpses of the lake through all the windows, and you're taking upstairs and downstairs, and then you really get them in the back and you just stand there. They're just like, oh, this is gorgeous.
You know, I don't know if Mariposa compares to any property I've had in the past, or furthermore any other property that we have here in the area, furthermore in Texas. It's extremely unique in every way. Richard Drummond Davis designed the home with the homeowner. David Lewis executed Richard's design, and Joseph Minton, one of Architectural Digest's top 100 designers, did the interiors. It's really just, it's stunning. My favorite part would probably have to be the 2-story cabana house though, with the private beach, the floor-to-ceiling windows, the sunrise, coming over the lake. It's really spectacular. In addition to the unbelievable grounds, the house, the cabana, the 2-story boathouse, all the toys, furnishings, everything comes with the home. You have a 36-foot Beneteau sailboat, a practically brand new ski nautique, ski boat, jet skis, all the furnishings. Essentially, it's move-in ready.
Mariposa had been listed for $8.9 million. Now this premier property is part of the newest wave in how to sell high-end homes. Kyle Cruz is a vice president with Allie Beth Allman and a top producer. He says the idea of a concierge auction for high-end homes has nothing to do with foreclosure or distress. It has everything to do with precision, timing, and the promotion of a one-of-a-kind private property.
It is a no reserve, absolute auction. And there will be probably 50 or 60 people here on the grounds, and we will have seating for them, and there will be an auctioneer, and it will take about 10 minutes, and this property will sell at auction on the afternoon of October 8th.
You know, I think it's the proximity to DFW Metroplex. It's perfect for a second home. I can see a couple of families going in together and buying it and sharing it. There's so many things you could do with this property, and it's just stunning. I mean, who wouldn't want to come visit you or come out and see it and hang out here and spend time? I would never want to leave.
Mariposa del Lagos, a butterfly, a lake, and yes, even a hummingbird. Have you ever wondered how a magnificent home like Mariposa comes into being? Up next, we go behind the scenes and into the minds of three of this area's best builders. We'll head for the hills next.
Is it time to take your room from this to that? If you are ready for new flooring, shop smart and shop local. Our engineered wood floors start as low as $466 a square foot, and our carpet as low as $119 a square foot. We have been serving the Metroplex for over 25 years with the highest quality at the lowest prices. Come to us or we will come to you. S&H Flooring.
Flooring today, flooring tomorrow, shflooring.com.
Hi, I'm Jocelyn White. We're at home in the Hills of Kingswood, and with me is developer John Zazelka. Over the next couple of years, John, we're going to watch three builders make dream homes reality. What is it about this property that is so special to you?
As a developer, it's so exciting when you find the natural beauty that this property holds. As we're standing here now, we're actually on a walking trail, a hiking trail, and across to my right is a 33-acre park that's all for the community. And over the years, as this park develops even more, it'll be just a haven for the children to play. And all these trees we're looking at, we worked so hard to save every tree. We have a total of 333 acres, which is a lot of land for the amount of lots that we're putting in place. The city would have allowed us to do approximately 1,400 homes. We said, no, this would be, to ruin any of this natural beauty would be an awful shame. So we saved it.
So what will make the lots themselves so special for these three choice builders?
Well, again, we're so blessed to have three of the finest builders in the Metroplex. And I've always envisioned that and hoped it for here, but the fact it's becoming a reality, thanks to the builders, is really something special. We have Shelley Reynolds, who does a phenomenal job. She's built houses that are really to die for. And also we have Ron Davis, who's just an incredible builder.
He and his wife Shirley are quite the team.
They are, and Shirley was a wonderful lady that I had a chance to spend some time with recently, and Ron. And of course, they're just excited about being here as we're excited about having them. And then we have our friend, Tony Visconti. Tony Visconti, of course, is an old friend, and hopefully we'll get to see him more and more as he builds more of his special houses, along with Shelley and along with Ron, at home in the Hills of Kingswood.
Our first builder of the day, Shelley Reynolds. Shelley Reynolds of Reynolds Signature Homes is known for her style of simple elegance. In business since 1997, she focuses on the Frisco Plano, and Dallas areas. What are some of the things in this house that you know you will incorporate in the house on that beautiful piece of property?
Nobody wanted this lot because it had this huge drop off. And I said to my husband, we could build the coolest walkout. We worked with the architect. We designed so that everything kind of flowed around the way the lot dropped off. There's so many neat things you can take advantage of on a lot that looks like you can't build on it.
What is it that you love about the Hills?
Just the topography, the trees, the core land that's around it that'll never be touched. I mean, it's so hard to find lots that you don't have anyone behind you or on top of you, and you find that there.
Shelley's architect on almost all of her projects is Ralph Bush of Bush Design and Associates, and he is the architect for this project of hers in the Hills of Kingswood.
One of the things that we really try to do is that we try to take old world philosophies and old world techniques and old world proportion and bring those into today's construction and today's architecture. It really helps to create kind of an understated elegance. We want it to be to scale and to proportions, and really what we found is the best way to do that is to kind of reach back into the old world and use those details and use that proportioning and scale and size in order to pull houses off and make them look really, really attractive and timeless. The front foyer is going to have a two-story, actually fully three-story floating set of stairs. So it's going to actually originate in the basement, pass through the foyer up to the second floor. So when you walk in, it'll be a wall of glass with this stair kind of wrapping up through the foyer. So that's going to be one of the most spectacular things. The next is going to be the downstairs at the walkout basement level. We're going to be walking out onto a very exciting backyard, but on the inside it's highly geared towards entertaining, from a owner's study to a wine area to an adult lounge, over to we've got a media room and a playroom for the kids on the kids side. And then I would say probably the last thing is going to be the master suite. The master suite, along with the views that it'll have, the master bathroom will be exceptional and very exciting.
Native Texan Ron Davis of Ron Davis Custom Homes has been in the building business since the 1980s. Dedicated to luxury, one-of-a-kind custom homes designed for today's lifestyles, Ron says he is obsessed with the company's reputation for the quality of their finish out.
So pleased to welcome Ron and Shirley Davis to our development, the Hills of Kingswood. To have you come to our project is an honor and a privilege. When I saw the hills and the roll, I thought, needs a builder who understands how to take advantage of the trees and of the roll and of the terrain, and you guys really do. One of the questions I wanted to ask was, that the terrain is so special. What type of foundation do you envision when you look at the Hills of Kingswood? Because everything begins with foundation.
It really does. And the foundation, we start out with the soils report that tells what kind of foundation do we design for this house. And what we design is a slab tech or terra firma foundation, which is really a new technology, for today's world, and that's what we did.
As a developer, it's so nice to have houses that complement one another.
That's one of our fortes. We do all kinds of pure architectural styles. In fact, in the Hills of Kingswood, one of the reasons that we chose the lot for the Mediterranean is because we've got a balcony that's going to be overlooking one of the trails that goes out into that beautiful, pure land. When you get on the inside of this home, it's got lines that are like this, clean, pure. Our designer is over the top with the current look.
Current indeed. Contemporary is the word for the always forward-thinking yet timeless designs of Roche Bobois, which was founded in 1950. Suzanne Delamy, the showroom manager of Roche Bobois Dallas, is also a high-end luxury interior designer. Ron and Shirley knew immediately that they wanted really special designs for the furniture in this home. And they looked no further than Roche-Bobois. And with me is Suzanne Delamy, who will be taking us through the process. I think the first question I need to ask is, who and what is Roche-Bobois?
Roche-Bobois is almost 50 years old, came from France, and this beautiful company emphasized on elegance, comfortable, happy, simple. Their whole purpose is to see their client happy, and they have their own exclusive designs.
Give us some idea of what you're working with Ron and Shirley to do in their very modern home.
First of all, we're going to start from scratch. We're going to do step by step. And we're going to make a story on that beautiful home. And we match the furniture with the basic construction and with the color and the shape and flooring, that it all go together.
Suzanne, when all is said and done, the home is finished and furnished, what do you want Ron and Shirley to say when they see what you have done?
Wow, great job. I want them to be proud to show their home to every single client. That is my dream.
It's like a dream, and people are buying a new dream these days. So.
You know, and the other home, we're doing is the Texas Modern, which we're so excited about to introduce in the Hills of Kingswood. And our architect is Gary Covert Associates. And then our designer, who really meets with our clients and really takes us to the next level, the cutting edge, is Tracy Connell. And so, the secret of a good custom builder is to have a good team.
That's true. Part of the team is all of the different things that we're putting in the home, like safe rooms, elevators if they want them. We've got spaces for that. And refrigerated wine cellars. Who doesn't want that these days?
We have the ability to say yes to a customer. When they ask us, can you do this? Yes, we can. So our goal is never to say no. What can we do to help you? What can we make this your home? That's our philosophy.
Thank you so much again.
We're excited to be there.
We couldn't be more grateful. Everything you develop is like that. It's very apparent that you completely mean what you say. Your philosophy is just played out over and over again throughout your subdivisions in Dallas. They're over the top.
Tony Visconti's Bella Custom Homes has crafted timeless residences in some of the Dallas area's most prominent neighborhoods. This is all since 1993. And Tony, by the way, is a graduate master builder.
Tony is a friend for many years, and I must say I am just thrilled to have him at home at the Hills of Kingswood.
Well, thank you, John. I appreciate it very much. I've always been a big fan of your project out there, and I love the topography that comes with the property. So you got these beautiful lots with rolling hills, and they're very hard to find anywhere through the Metroplex. So this was a wonderful, wonderful feature about the Hills of Kingswood. So now we've started with the project with this wonderful couple, and they've been smart enough to buy 2 lots and put them together. Now the advantage of this is these are all estate lots, and marrying these 2 together with the topography of this property out there in Hills of Kingswood, we now can take the house and locate it beautifully on both those lots. So as we start retaining the walls in the back, we have this beautiful layout where we can do negative edge pools. The next tier down would be a beautiful play yard for the grandchildren for when they come over, or the children. This is just an incredible piece of property there. We're using one of the finest architects in the Metroplex. His name is Lloyd Lumpkin, and I've had the pleasure of working with Lloyd on many projects.
The house we're building is a northern country French design style. So this house that we're looking at would be really a 1900s arts and crafts style French country. And it's got the steeper roof pitches that you would find in northern France rather than the lower pitches in southern France. And it is a process. Even this house The front elevation that I've designed so far is a little bit too formal for them. We're going to make it a little cottagier, a little more country, take off some of the cast stones, simplify it down. They want, you know, that was one of the things, philosophy, they wanted a comfortable house. They didn't want a showpiece.
Right.
They wanted a home.
In terms of time frame, Tony, how long do you think you will take to build this particular house?
As we get larger and larger in these houses, you have more and more moving parts. And so with this particular house, we're probably going to be every bit of 12,500 square feet under roof. We might even hit 14,000 square feet. And with the tiering of the lot, the way we're going to do it, from the time we break ground, we can be from anywhere from 18 months to 20 months on this piece of property. But when it's done, it'll be incredible.
Well, John, that's all for this show within a show. What's next time?
Next time, we're going to be talking about foundations.
Oh, really important.
Very critical, especially here with these hills, because being the Hills of Kingswood requires foundations that are special.
Exactly. And also on our plate next time?
Also on our plate next time, we are going to be talking about interior design.
Because believe it or not, you've got to have that in at the beginning of your plans, not at the end. So we hope to see you then, and in the meantime, come visit the Hills of Kingswood. We're at home here. Why don't you be too? Welcome back to Designing Texas. How'd you like our show within a show? We'll be following that for months in the future. And as for today, all these fabulous homes you've seen and the dreams, if you want to own one, all that stands between you and moving in is a little money, or maybe a mortgage. And you need to meet our mortgage man. If that's the case, David Bradley.
Well, the mortgage is basically a security against a piece of property, and so they have a right to, as long as you make your payments on time, you get to stay in the house. Called the deed of trust is you pay, you stay. If you don't, you won't. So that's what the deed of trust means.
There is a difference between buying an existing home or building a new one.
So the construction loan is a little more complicated because you have more steps, because you have to go purchase a lot. So you have to establish where you're going to build that home and secure the lot, and then do the plans that are commensurate with the lot.
Right.
And a lot of people, when you have to do a construction loan, you're going to put down 20% equity into the transaction. And so people will usually go and take the lot down, and that 20% usually falls within that. They'll pay cash for the lot with their equity, and then go and do the plans, and then we'll go ahead and get the construction loan done and give them full credit for their money that they paid on the lot toward the 20% down.
There are a lot of things a prospective home buyer of an under construction home may not understand. So what's fact and what is fiction?
Well, it is true we look at credit, and it's true we look at income. Those are the big two things we look at for construction loans or any loan.
And it remains true. Purchasing an existing home or building one require entirely different processes, and each have entirely different kinds of loans available.
When we deal with construction, we are dealing with full documentation type loans, though, over an existing home where you can use those type of other programs.
Next month, David talks more about the different kinds of loans for existing homes. And now it's time for the finishing touch. When it comes to bedrooms, one of the best ways to finesse that room is with beautiful bedding, magnificent draperies, a little bit of lace here, a few beads there, and you've got Kathy Fielder.
I started a lifestyle brand. About a year ago, I developed this brand to house all the collections that I've been designing for the past 15 to 20 years.
You are known for your bedding and your pillows and amazing fabrics. How did that come about? Because you didn't grow up in the industry.
So I was always very creative. I danced with a ballet company, and so I had that kind of creative vibe. You know, I was just drawn to it. And when I worked for a designer, I did her accounting, actually. which is so random because I do a lot of numbers too. And so I just kind of, it turned me on. I thought, wow, you know, I can do this, I see it. And so I just had a vision, and so I started doing show homes. And I did homes from the ground up, blueprint all the way through to the last little, you know, nook and cranny. And then, you know, it just migrated into manufacturing and making some really pretty bedding, pillows, window treatments. We even have gone into handbags, scarves, faux fur, coats. You know, I see something I can work with, and it makes sense to me, and it just kind of parlays out from there.
Manufacturing became the real money maker for you, and your first big client is iconic.
Absolutely. We, you know, it's great. Neiman Marcus picked up one of my very first collections. I think I designed 10 for the first season, and they picked up 2 within that first month of premiere at Market. And we kind of went from there, and it just took off. But, you know, it's made here in America, made in Dallas, Texas, which is, you know, a wonderful story. And we've tried to stay true to that, and it's real important to us. And it's local.
And it's done here.
Right here.
Here. This is the retail store in the front and in the back.
It's all cut and made.
The magic is made.
The magic is made and shipped out the back garage door.
To pay Kathy a visit, her building can be found on Lower Greenville in Dallas, across the street and about half a block down from Trader Joe's. You have a knack for knowing what fabrics and looks and colors are going to be hot. That's just one of your gifts, if you will. So what's hot for this fall and winter?
I do feel like we still have a real neutral palette going on. Blue is remaining very, very strong. It's still, you know, all shades of blue, from bright to very soft blue. But I feel like these neutrals, livable palettes with lots of texture and layers and detail are really what's selling right now and really what the public is looking for.
Check out our features again at our website, www.designingtextx.com. And please join us next time, November 8th, the second Sunday of the month, as we begin to talk holidays. And of course, we'll also, once again, head for the hills. And as far as today goes, home is where the lake is. Have a blessed day.
One of my favorite things is on Sunday mornings when the kids early come in my bed. All the pets, dogs, cats, kids, and everybody's just hanging out, you know, and we're watching a show or reading a book, and that there's nothing better in the whole world than that. And so that's what everything's built around, is that kind of that feeling.
This is the cool, very large hobby laundry room, which is what our consumers all love about our homes. And this, of course, is the wrapping station. So I guess you could say with that, it's a wrap.